Okay, you're live.
With all these lights, I had to take off my sweater. It's 5:36. I'll call the meeting to order. Kevin, Vincent, David, Carrie, and myself are all in attendance. Jean Townsend is not, and she will not be joining us in the meeting. And we must remember that our quorum is 3. Therefore, we have a quorum of 4 members, plus our attorney counsel. First item on the agenda is discussion of the 2019 financial disclosure statements. Have you all looked at that list of people who have not filed yet this year?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I take that's a yes from everyone. Of these people, or I should say, on September 1st, I sent letters to everyone who had not filed a financial disclosure form or a statement of compliance in response to our requirements. These are the people that remain as of the 30th of October. And I've tried calling a couple of them and have left messages, but have had no success in talking to anyone. I really don't know what we should do. My gut feeling is call them and see if they'll turn in their paperwork. The other alternative is to call their bosses and tell them that their employees or their committee members have not responded, and put the onus on the chairman of the committees and the supervisor of the city offices. What are your thoughts?
I think for employees of the city, that list should be provided to the director of HR and let that office take it from here. And then for the non-employees, boards and commission members, letters should be sent to the chairs of those committees or commissions, and note that they're in non-compliance. And we can call them to appear in front of the ethics commission when we have another meeting. Of course, that's going to be very difficult with the not being in person.
Would it be, I'm sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
I said maybe the best start would be to check with to inform the chairs of those committees / commissions.
By the way, the chair of their committees and the supervisors were copied on the letters that I sent to the individuals.
Oh, okay. So then that puts more credence to saying let's send it over to the HR department for employees.
Any thoughts on that? I would feel more comfortable going to their bosses directly. In this case, it's only Sally Nash and the mayor.
They're aware that their bosses know that they're not in compliance by the CC on the
Yes,
letter.
whether anyone pays attention to that kind of thing is another story.
Would it be worthwhile to send them one more letter saying if you don't comply within whatever time frame you want to establish, I will be reaching out to your immediate supervisor or your department head, whatever you deem appropriate?
That might work, but I don't know if another letter is going to do any good.
I'll leave it to,
Go ahead.
I'd leave it to your discretion since you've been engaged. What did we get out of it going to the HR department?
HR is responsible for compliance.
Would they,
They-
I mean, we have some lever. I mean, we could, before we do that, call them before us, or we could have HR reach out to them, and then if we don't hear from them, we could call them before us. That may make more sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult to call people in front of a virtual commission. It doesn't have that same kind of weight and puts it's a lot of extra strain on the city system. Let me know that they're pretty busy with a lot of virtual meetings. So let's let HR take care of their responsibility. Tricia, she's pretty good.
I must object, Kevin. I'm not virtual. I am real. I will show you. I will cut my finger and bleed for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what HR. I mean, they have their frequently asked questions, and we work with them on understanding the ethics code. I think that's part of the two-way relationship that we have with them.
And Trish will reach out to them, you suspect?
I think so.
Okay. If Jim's okay with that, I'm okay with that. If Vince is okay with it.
Well,
Yeah,
that
makes
works
sense
for
to me.
that works for the city employees. I still think a call to Sally Nash and a call to the mayor is a better way to go.
For the city employees or for the commission people?
For the city employees particularly.
Yeah, I would. Why not?
That's only 2 calls, and they certainly have interest in their employees as far as complying with our code.
Would you want to do that commensurate with reaching out to HR or do that first?
I wouldn't want to reach out to HR for the employees
Okay.
because we'd have to bring her up to speed as far as, when we last made contact with them, that, we just have to do a lot of explaining to her.
Okay. I'm comfortable with you seeing what you could squeeze out of the mayor or Sally.
Dave, would you like to make those calls?
If you bring me up to speed on what's going on, I will. And I doubt if the mayor would take the call. I'd probably have to call somebody in his office.
Well, I know he will take a call from me. There's no question about that.
You should probably call the mayor and I'll call Sally. Being the chair, I think it would be better protocol for you to call him.
All right, I will call the mayor. And David, you will call Sally Nash.
Yes. And I'll get some more background from you before.
Yes,
I'll
I'll provide you a copy of the standard letter that I sent in September.
Okay.
And that's pretty much self-explanatory. And with the letters, we provided blank forms.
Okay.
Karen does a great job at this kind of thing.
Great.
And she's really on top of it. Now, the other question is how to handle the boards and commissions.
Are any of I forget, I don't know all the positions. Are any of them the chairs of those boards and commissions?
No, but in red on the sheet I provided is the chair of the commission or board and with their telephone number. And in one case, there's no telephone number. And Pat Zeno, I think we should just give up on. She withdrew from HPC and I think has moved out of the city. So I just don't think it's worth contacting her again.
I think we should still let the chair of that committee know that that person was in non-compliance upon their resignation.
Let's see. Historic Preservation Commission is now, does anyone remember who it is?
Well, I don't live in Ward 1, so I don't really know.
HPC is Tim Leahy.
Is who?
Tim Leahy is the chair.
Oh, really?
You know Tim, Jim?
No, I don't.
He lives down the street from me. I know him. So it's someone on the commit, on his commission who hasn't filed?
No, Pat Zeno hasn't filed, who used to be the chair of the commission.
Okay,
And I don't know, I just don't feel it's worth,
no,
worth
I agree.
pressing. Particularly 11 months after the fact.
Yeah.
And she's gone. So if we will agree, I'm going to scratch her from this list.
I agree.
And the reason being is extenuating circumstances relative to COVID. I don't think we need to vote on it, but if anyone feels like we should, let me know.
No, I believe it's the chair's prerogative.
If anyone objects, I will drop her from the list. Does anyone object? Okay, thank you. The other members of the commissions are all listed. It's Board of Appeals, it's Civil Service Board, it's Planning Commission, and it's the Port Wardens.
Those are all pretty important commissions and committees. I think that,
They're all quasi judicial.
yeah.
Would someone like to make those calls to the chairs?
And the purpose
happy to-
is,
Sorry, go ahead.
purpose of the calls is to prod them to ask their members to file.
Yes.
Vince, are you still working?
I am still working.
I'll make-
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, since Vince and Kevin are working and I'm only working part-time, I can make the calls. Just have to give me the list, Jim, and what I have to do.
Okay, or we can split it. One way
Yeah,
or
David,
the
if you want to split it, I can split it with you.
That's okay, I'll split it with Jim.
Okay.
Yeah, we're both actively retired.
I'm not hearing cases, I'm actually just writing opinions for the tax court, so
Okay.
I have some time.
So David is kind of working.
Yes, I don't have to wear a tie anymore, at least for a while.
Okay, well, David and I will divide up the rest of this group and we'll do that offline. That should take care of us relative to the non-compliance. And we'll see if we'll get them in. And any further discussion? I don't hear any further discussion. Therefore, let me put this aside. Do I hear a motion to go, well, into closed session?
So moved.
And I've got to state what the reasons are. To consult with counsel to obtain legal advice. And item 12, to conduct or discuss an investigative proceeding on actual or possible criminal conduct that is violation of the City Ethics Code 2.08.
I second David's motion.
Okay. Let me fill out my form. Biden. That was you, Kevin?
Yes.
Members in favor?
Aye.
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 Biden. Chase. Baldwin. Dolstall. Opposed? None. And absent is Townsend. I believe I filled out everything on the compliance form for Open Meetings Act.